Just like the starships in No Man's Sky, freighters also are basically, an unlimited variation. But the thing is with freighters is there are less to choose from. There's essentially about three different types you can choose from. You have your Sentinel capital ship. You got your other Venator, or whatever the other capital ship's called. I forget the name of it, but I have one. And then you got system freighters, and system freighters can look very different. Now, the system freighters, the capital ships basically look the same. The only differences are going to be mainly colors and stuff like that. But the system freighters, they can look a lot different. And the system freighters, you acquire those in a different way. So first things first, how do you get a freighter, Xxiou? Well, if you're brand new to the game, if you're following along with the story, you're gonna get to a point where you're gonna be flying in space and you're gonna see a freighter that's being attacked. Now, should you choose to rescue that freighter, and this only happens once, guys, on the first time you do this, the captain will offer to give you that freighter for free. Now, I'd say take the first freighter for free regardless of what it is, because early on in the game it'll be helpful and you can always worry about getting a better freighter later. You might get something great right away, or you might get something kind of rubbish right away. So really depends. Up to you if you want to take that first freighter, but it is free. Now, acquiring freighters after the free freighter is a bit more difficult. To get a capital freighter, you still will need to do the pirate fight. You'll need to find one that is being attacked, rescue it, and once you rescue it, you can then buy it from the captain. So, for example, you want an S-class freighter, you need to find a spot that has a freighter battle and just keep reloading and doing that freighter battle over and over again until that ship spawns in an S-class. It's probably one of the hardest grinds in the game, guys, is to get an S-class freighter. So just keep that in mind if you're new. It's something you might want to put off till later. Now, what's the use of freighters? Well, freighters are incredibly useful now in No Man's Sky. I mean, you can the building you can do on a freighter is amazing. So that's one thing, but it's not all just for looks. I mean, this freighter makes me millions of units. You see this? Because I got a full fleet here. They're all out running missions, and all these little ships come back and they bring me money every single day. Usually in the millions. Now, that's not going to happen straight away because freighters, like anything else, need to be upgraded. Now, how do you upgrade a freighter? Now, freighter upgrades come in two ways. The first is you buy them from this console here, the upgrade console. See, you can add base parts, and these different drives that you need to buy. So you're going to need salvage frigate modules in order to get those. If you don't know how to get those, check it out. I do have a video on that. But you're going to need salvage frigate modules to unlock all this stuff. Then you're going to want to get upgrade modules, S-class upgrade modules. And the only place to get these freighter upgrade modules is by running Derelict freighters. Now, if you don't know what a Derelict freighter is, these are kind of like abandoned freighters in space that you can go into that are kind of like a space dungeon that you run through. And at the end of it, you have a choice of what reward you want to get. And you can choose the cargo bulkhead, which will unlock one slot of your freighter storage. Or you can choose a freighter upgrade or nanites. Now, the freighter upgrade, if you find an S-class one on a Derelict freighter, that means that every time you run that freighter, it's going to drop an S-class upgrade. So when you find one of those, you want to keep running it as much as you can to get as many S-class freighter upgrades as you can. The more you push these numbers up, especially things like fleet coordination, that's when your freighter will start making you a lot of money, because once you get fleet coordination up, your frigates and stuff are not going to fail missions. So they will just, they'll finish the mission quicker and they'll bring you back a lot of loot. How do you get these frigates? Well, in space, I'm sure you've all heard it. You might be near a space station and then boom, 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 you hear all this stuff popping in. Well, that's a freighter with frigates. And if you fly close enough to some of them, you'll see they have like a $ icon and you can interact and hire them for your fleet. The other type of frigate is living frigates. Now, these are a little more difficult to find. You need a dream aerial to find them, as well as an anomaly detector would help, and they can definitely take some time to find. But what's really awesome about the living frigates is in my experience, they have never failed a mission, and they can bring back living ship upgrades. So if you're working on living ships or upgrading your living ship, you definitely need living frigates and, of course, a freighter. The freighter operates as a hangar, a mobile base, everything. I mean, nowadays, really, you don't even need to have a base on a planet if you don't want. You could have the whole thing on your freighter, because you can build very, very big on a freighter now. And the freighter building is incredibly fun and well done. This was updated a while ago. If you missed that update, freighters got a major update to how you can build on them. The building pieces were changed. I guess that's broken. Whatever. We'll fix it one day. But yeah, so building on a freighter is amazing. Now, another thing that's really useful about freighters is hunting. So instead of warping in your ship, your freighter is likely to have, especially after you've spent some time upgrading it, it's going to have a much larger hyperdrive than your ship. So a lot of the time what I do is I'll warp to a system, right, in the freighter, and then I just run up here and hit this the planetary probe, and bam, I got the whole system scanned. You can see what type of planets are in there, and it's very convenient. So you can see, do I even want to get out, go down, take my ship out in this system, or do I not? It really makes it quick to fly. Like if you're looking for paradise planets or something like that, you can just keep warping in the freighter and then hitting the planetary probe. So a lot quicker, I think, than doing it in your ship. Okay, so again, the S-Class freighter is one of the most difficult things to acquire in No Man's Sky. Some people get lucky and get them quick. Others, it can take weeks, guys. So when you want to do this, when you're ready to get an S-Class, and remember, freighters, unlike ships, freighters classes cannot be upgraded. So if you want an S-Class freighter, you have to actually find it. Nobody can give you like glyphs to it, like, oh, here's an S-Class freighter, because it doesn't work that way. So like if I found a freighter battle and I said, hey, come join me, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see the same freighter if you even see the battle. It might not even work. So it just doesn't work that way. So what you have to do on your own is find a freighter battle with a freighter you like. So say you fly into a system and you see this freighter is under attack and you love the way it looks. What you do is you fly right into the space station, you make a save. Fly out the space station, fight the pirates, land on the freighter, see what class it is. If it's an S-Class, you buy it. And if it's not, you reload and you do that pirate battle again and again and again until you get the S-Class. So again, like the ships, the freighters come in different sizes and classes, and each class is going to have different capabilities, maximum storage, But remember, they can't be the class cannot be upgraded. See, now here's the difference between freighter and ships. Once you own a freighter, you can customize it. You can actually change the color of your freighter and stuff. So there is freighter customization. While we don't have ship customization, there is freighter customization. So you can't do that much, but you can change the color of the freighter, which is really cool. So, then you can just use your freighter, use it for all your storage. You can store all your stuff in a freighter. That way you can just warp your freighter in, like if you're doing a build and, you have everything you need right there. Of course, you got your fleet of frigates, which can make you a lot of money. If you work on those, it does take time. And one of the best things, guys, just about having a freighter is building on it. It's just so much fun, I think, to build on the freighter. If I forgot anything, please leave a comment below, because there is more that goes into freighters that I'm sure I might have left something out of the video. So please help out the community. Leave a comment below. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time. If this video helped you in any kind of way, please remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment. Let everybody know what you think. Thank you so much. My name is Xxiou from Xxiou Games YouTube channel on the internet, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.